Hello and welcome to Culture Foolishness, the recap of 2025 and forecast for what's to come and a couple other little jokes along the way. I am Cree of Exodus Studios and architectsofmars.com, and my co-host is.
Coach Tamara Simone, your favorite life coach's favorite life coach. If you don't know, now you know. Baby, baby.
Hey, so it's been a long time. Shouldn't have
Shouldn't have left
left
you.
you, but we back. We back in effect, and we will definitely be a lot more. I was dropping content all through 2025. It was just not a lot of
I
the
mean, life happened, y'all.
traditional
Life happened.
culture foolishness
That'll
as
be all right.
we. But I was still holding it down. I let the homie Nick jump in for the morning show that we were doing, and I think that was it was fun. It was fun. We will probably do a little bit of that this year, but we back on the culture foolishness OG train in 2026. Like we're gonna be doing a lot more interviews with people. I actually got an interview dropping this week with one of my homegirls who has a health brand. So, starting out 2026 with health, obviously, fitness, all those things people are thinking about in the beginning of the year. So, giving you that. So, that's just what's to come, from cultural foolishness. But we talking about what happened in 2025, and that year was I don't know how to. I have very mixed emotions about 2025.
So it's
If I'm
yeah.
being
So
honest.
so we are doing a good old 2025 recap. Year in review type of thing. And I mean, 2025 was an interesting one. I think I would definitely feel like there was a lot of change, kind of going on behind the scenes. A lot of foolishness, but that's just life these days. And I would hope that, it was just kind of a year to plant seeds for things to harvest in 26. That's what the hope is.
I feel like that's what really last year was about, especially in my life personally. I feel like last year was a year to reflect. I actually got a lot of time to reflect on a lot of things and create a lot of things. Sometimes it's funny, you kind of like sit there like, oh, I haven't done this, I haven't done that. And then you look at your body, your work from a certain amount of time. It's like, I was doing stuff. I never stopped, So, that is always good. So, um, feel good about that aspect, but it definitely was a rough year. I mean, personally, and I think for the world at large. I mean, we lost some dope people. Um, I mean, that's every year, but this year hit a little different because it was some icons, but
Heavy hitters in there. That
heavy hitters for sure. Definitely some close to my heart. But the weird thing about 2025 was the stuff that kind of like caught on weirdly, like that Jet 2 holiday shit went so hard last year. And I know even I think I made a post with with that as a sound. I think everybody did. It was kind of like, fuck it.
it was very
But
fitting for a lot of things.
it honestly was so fitting for 2025, period. Just that kind of like flippant, like, in spite of everything, we're gonna be okay. That's kind of was like the vibe of that.
Mama gonna work it out. Mama gonna work it out. That was There was a lot of that. A lot of that for sure.
Like, where did I go? I had went out actually to some event downtown with Nick, and you've been to LA downtown, what's happening. It's Very interesting. You're gonna see some weird things. And he saw basically some dudes, like some homeless dudes about to fight. And of course he recorded it and then he put the Jet 2 Holiday song to it and he kind of picked up a bunch of followers, I think, because that went viral. And we were joking because it was like, why is this the stuff that we'll post that it go crazy when we actually create stuff? But then you put some BS like that, and then everybody like, oh yeah, I'm sharing that. That's great. Like, okay, I guess.
You know, you know,
hmm
one of those.
So that's how it goes, but that's humans. We
But you
always
know
kind of
why though?
gravitate.
Because we are attracted to tomfoolery. And so when we see some foolishness, you know, going down, then we ought, and I mean, this is universally in my opinion. When we see foolishness going down, then we gravitate to it. Even the most sophisticated person to be like, and the perfect example of that is the epic Coldplay situation where that CEO was cheating with like the VP of HR.
The irony of that was just too good. I
It was,
remember when I
you
was
can't make this
like,
stuff up. And got caught on that good old kissing cam, and they was all in love and all the things, and
and then it was
no,
like,
they weren't.
I'm sorry. Well, like, do I know?
No,
How are you, ma'am? Hi.
you know what they did? You know Lil Kim's quiet storm dance when she get the so.
Oh wow, that's too
And then bless
funny.
her heart, that lady tried to say that she had a couple of what was it? Wasn't no cut waters. It was some what's those punk ass seltzers? Not the White Claw, not the Trulies. It was the punk ones. It wasn't even a Topo Chico. Oh, shoot, it's on the tip of my tongue. Um, they have them at a lot of, oh my god, I've had them before. They ain't hitting on nothing. She tried to say she had, it was like two of those seltzers, but she tried to say like that it made her, it is, I can see the logo of the box. I just can't think of the name of it. Basically, she tried to say she had two seltzers that got her a little too lit. And that's how she get caught up. Like, no, girl, you got caught up because
Cause
high
y'all
noon,
been messing.
high
I
noon.
know those are terrible. They don't do anything. I've had those before. They have them at Trader Joe's.
She said, oh,
She
I had a
said
couple of
she.
high noons and they, I was drinking. Girl, you weren't drinking. You might as well had you a damn LaCroix. Now you wasn't drinking nothing.
That part. It is, and I feel like if you like LaCroix, you an adult because those are so nasty to kids, probably.
Only flavor I get is the coconut.
Mm, I like that one. I had some when I was at your house.
Because that's the only thing that we gonna have. So, and it is very delightful. So yeah, there's just time, just people getting caught up, just nonsense.
That was funny. That was going
It's fun.
hard. And I think that was in the spring, but that
Mm-hmm.
was hilarious. So what else? So many things. So many things. What else you want to
I
jump
mean, where we
on
want to go? We want
from?
to go to music. We want to talk about some of the music that came out in
Oh,
2025.
2025 has some excellent music. The OGs of the rap world kind of held down hip hop really
Yeah, shout out to
in
Clips.
impressive fashion. The Clips, Raekwon dropped the album, Nas dropped the album recently, although I got mixed feelings on that. Ghostface dropped. Even, the usual suspects from the underground scene, like Larry June, Currency, Freddie Gibbs had a great album. Oh my God. And even though he dissed my favorite rapper, I still, you know how good you have to be to diss my favorite rapper, and I'm still about to rock with your record because it's that good. But Alchemist, he been putting his foot in everything, and Hit Boy and Alchemist dropped the album that was amazing. And obviously, from more of a pop standpoint, Beyonce went crazy. She won a country Grammy, which is
Album
like
of the year.
for a country album. That's crazy. Like,
Beyonce girl.
yeah,
You out here Virgoing it up, boo. Keep Virgoing, boo.
people, but I definitely heard a lot of people that weren't happy about it.
I mean, hey, they'll get over it if they don't do nothing else in life. They'll get over
Look, she had every culture walking around with cowboy hats on and all this other shit trying to emulate her. So that culturally alone, not to mention, I listened to the record. And I'm not even a big country fan, and that was a really great album. It was good. She's always gonna give you a quality product because she don't
it.
just drop every year for no reason like a lot of people do.
Correct.
Drake.
Correct. And speaking of Aubrey, we did not get a lot of Drake in 2025.
and,
He
and,
dropped,
refreshingly so. I don't mind a little sprinkle, but he been overdoing it the past few years, so
mm,
he got
I,
humbled a little bit.
so yes. And so what I'll say is that I don't mind a lot of Drake. Now he could have kept for the dogs. I'm super cool on that. But I don't mind a lot of Drake. So it was a little strange because we can't act like this man ain't had a 15-year run. So after 15 years, it's kind of hard to, like Drake ain't dropped nothing for the summer. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, like the joint will party, like, yes, and he dropped it before the summer, but not like it didn't go like everything else
It
goes.
went a little bit, but I mean, he had no Kia. If you listen to the record, it was some joints on there, but it wasn't like the best album ever or anything like that. I feel like whatever he's working on currently, that might mess around and be something special.
And
Just
he
because
didn't
you
I
kind of
can't
got to
really think
bounce
of
back.
I can't really think of much of anything that he featured on too. Drake, he'll get on somebody else's joint and it was like it was quiet. It was quiet. And it's funny because a lot of the Kendrick people who are new Kendrick people, by the way, were happy about it. But I'm like, okay, you happy about Drake not dropping nothing, but you're not blasting Kendrick either. Because at the end of the day, people like when you get to a certain point, then people just don't like you because you up there. Ain't
And
because you
that's
doing anything wrong.
almost happening to Kendrick in a weird way too.
It
So
will,
it's
yeah.
like, I mean, it's already starting to in some ways, to a degree. It's definitely not to the level of Drake hate. Um, I don't, you know me, make a good record. I don't really give a fuck about all the politics and all this other stuff. Make a good record with some bangers on it and keep your nose clean to a degree. Obviously, we
You telling
don't
these
want
people not
people
to do
out
coke.
here diddied up or
Look,
anything
how
like
you
that.
telling these people not to do coke?
Oh, I'm telling them not to do a lot of shit, that included, to be
Well,
honest.
you said keep your nose clean, so I couldn't help
Mhm.
myself. Did um
Mm-mm-mm.
I do want to point out um from an R&B standpoint, R&B has some stuff this year. Like
Yeah,
and Coco Jones was snapping this year. Leon
mhm.
Thomas had a phenomenal year.
Yeah,
Giveon
his.
dropped the album that was actually pretty fire.
You said
Um,
who?
Giveon.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I listened to that a little bit too. You
Um,
know me. I'm mostly be on the hip hop side, but I was peeking over into the R&B world. I was actually impressed with the fellas this year or last year, because men haven't been rapping too great in the R&B world the past few years
Oh
compared to the
no,
women
no,
to me.
women been coming in
Women been
out
running
like
that,
crazy.
because,
I mean, even
excuse me, besides like a
Kehlani, she
lucky
had a great year.
day. Oh yeah, that folding clothes song went crazy.
Oh, it, yes.
Folded. Yeah, okay.
Whatever.
I I've just heard it 8 gazillion times. It's not a song that I personally put on, but I've heard it a lot.
I mean, I've heard a lot, and I don't have it on my phone, but it's everywhere. I mean, but when your song becomes a challenge,
That's pretty much, you got it at that point. You
yes.
definitely about to go viral. So kudos to her. Good for you. We're happy that you had some success. But yeah, back to the males. Like I can't really think, past few years besides a few guys. Like it's been kind of dismal for the males. Like I miss R&B groups. Like it's just
It's
music is just.
not really.
I miss male or female. Like it haven't been either or. Like everybody want to be solo. Everybody want to be solo artists only. I don't like that because I
It's like
still
it's one
go
of them
ahead.
things to where you don't realize how important it is or how special it is until you don't have it. Because
That's
for a long time we had it. So,
mhm.
you had In Vogue and 702 and SWV and Boys to Men and New Edition and all these group Drew Hill and all, so you had all these groups, 112 would have played as well. Um
Mhm.
so you're like, oh yeah, that's what's up. And then when you look back and you like, hey, everybody. And you don't
Oh, they
realize how
doing.
much you miss it until these groups start going on tour and you're running to their concerts because we don't have that now. And all them groups then went on tour
And that's
or
where
going on
they're
tour.
making so much money off the tours because that's something that's a void in new music. Number one, number two, where all that has went is K-pop. That's why K-pop is so huge because they didn't took the blueprint of boy bands, even, I'm not even excluding. They didn't took the New Editions, the Temptations, the NSYNCs, the Backstreet Boys, all of that, and then basically combine those elements, and they're doing it. That's why they have such a huge audience in America with teenagers and other people even a little bit older because that's a void in our music. Nobody's doing groups anymore.
Um, I will shout out Juan Moore. I think that's how they say it. When Juan Moore,
Mm.
which is
Oh, that's
essentially all of
Wanye Morris's kids that all got his
yeah.
name in some kind of way,
But so
or
he has a daughter. She can blow to the whole. They are so no.
mm,
He has a daughter who's crazy. Um.
mm.
So and she be singing with the brothers too. So like they're yeah they're very dope.
Okay, well, hopefully we can,
But it's
so the
still
thing,
few and far between. It's not many people who want to
right,
be in a group.
right. Everybody want to be a solo artist. Everybody want to be a rapper. Everybody want to, now,
Everybody everybody want to be David Ruffin.
yeah.
And David Ruffin wasn't David Ruffin until he got with the Temptations.
And that's the thing. You need even like I like the way it was back in the day where you started in a group that run its course, but you gave us a whole bunch of dope albums and all that shit, and then niggas go solo. That to me is the perfect model because you hone your skills with some brothers
Mm-hmm.
or sisters,
Mm-hmm.
and then because even think about even the artists who are older legacy artists that's still enduring that solo, they came from groups still,
Okay, so when we talk about, some of the best entertainers, um, to ever do it. We talk about Michael Jackson, came from a group. We talk about Beyonce, came from a group. Like, and not to say that that has to be the formula, but it's a cheat code.
Absolutely.
Like,
Because
especially when
again,
you think
you
from a
hone your
performance standpoint.
skills,
Yeah.
right? You hone your skills with people that's challenging you, you respect them, like all these different things help the product later if it becomes a solo product. Like
I mean,
I'll
look at Bobby
never
Brown in
oh,
his prime.
but came from a group. Like all these people, it's exceptions, obviously. Like obviously Whitney Houston came out the gate, solo artist, she dope, but it almost seemed like back in the day it was an exception that you just came out of nowhere as a solo artist. A lot of people even Babyface was in a group. He was in the deal. They had hits with that, like, and people don't even think about him as being in a group ever, but that was how he came out too. Everybody did. Even solo artists that maybe they group never did anything, they still came from a group. Toni Braxton was in a group with her sisters, but they didn't want them at the time. And then she the one who got picked up to be a solo artist. So even her, she has ties to being in a group at some point.
Kelly too, right? What he in public announcement as well?
Oh yeah, yep. R. Kelly was in public announcement. So again, this was the blueprint. It was always like we're gonna do a group and then we're gonna see who right because that creates competition to a degree within even a group. So what happens? Cream rises to the top. Somebody gonna be the lead person in that,
Yeah, for sure.
and that's who ends up being the strongest solo artist.
And it so is that, and then it's also, because I think that, because the A&R element is not what it used to be back in the day, that's the reason why there's not a lot of groups, because who is going to harness it? Because guess what? With all of the classic R&B groups, the lead singer was not necessarily the best singer. It was the singer who
Hmm.
had the most distinctive voice. It was the singer who, when you heard their voice, you immediately put it with the group. And in
Yep.
some instances, then the lead singer was the best singer, but not always. Like, for instance,
Hmm.
112, shout out to Slim, but he wasn't the best singer in the group. But
Mm-mm.
as soon as you heard his voice,
You
you
know it
knew
was
it was him.
112.
Cisco. Cisco
Oh,
has an amazing voice, but
but Jazz
Jazz,
was the one. Yeah, he was the one that was singing. He was singing. But when you hear Drew Hill and you
when
hear
you
that
hear Cisco,
Cisco, yeah, like okay,
like like, I mean, the twins in Jagged Edge, I mean, they were that best voice and unique. But I mean, Ariel from Next, like so many groups, like that was the formula. But if you don't have a proper A&R, who's gonna do
who's
that?
gonna develop it?
Who's
Yeah.
gonna be like, I know you can blow, but that's brand recognition. So let him lead on that song.
Hmm.
Who will do it? So that's been lost, and we could talk about that all day. But we
Yeah,
won't,
that's facts.
unless y'all
That's
want us to.
facts.
Let us know, and we'll do a separate little thing, because I can talk about
Oh,
R&B all day, baby.
oh
Um,
yeah, no, we should do like an R&B episode. I'm actually down for that. Maybe I could pull in a guest. That'd be fun.
yeah, that's some good stuff.
So what else? What else? What else?
You know what I want to
Shoot.
talk about,
Hmm.
from talking about things that happened in 2025 from a movie standpoint. I really can't
Hmm.
recall going to the movies that often. I
I
don't feel
didn't go that
like
much either.
I don't feel like 2025 gave us that good a movie. I think the shows were pretty
It
good.
was some great shows. I
It was
mean, it
some
was some good
great shows.
movies, but I feel like, especially, I'm glad you brought this up because I was just thinking about this earlier. Like the fact that I feel like they let that sale of Warner Brothers to Netflix go through, like that's not good,
Mm-hmm.
honestly, because the way Netflix think is not good for the theater industry. They don't want they talk about, yeah, the movie could just be in for 17 days and be on the stream. I was like, nigga, like what are you doing? I don't, because I'm a movie person. I love going to the movies. I miss going often because it was so many things out. Now, the only things I saw and I made it a point to go see on purpose. Now it was some things that I just on a whim went to see
Right.
too. Because I honestly, I for 2025 to be kind of like quote unquote a weak movie year, if you want to say that, I went to the movies a decent amount of times personally because I saw Superman, I saw Fantastic Four, and I definitely
Okay.
wanted to see that. And then later in the year, I went to see that Predator Badlands movie, and that was really good. I was surprised how good that was. But it didn't make no money. Like it was hardly nobody even in the theater when we saw it. I just wanted to see it at the theater. And I'm glad because it was, certain movies you like, I'm glad I saw that on the big screen because it lends itself to that. And
What's
it
the
did.
joint with Denzel? The Denzel Spike Lee joint with ASAP Rocky.
You went to see that, but I saw that on
No,
streaming.
I'm
I
not. But
didn't
what's the
even
name
get a
of it?
chance. Um
Highest to lowest.
Highest to lowest, yeah. That movie was
Um,
dope. I liked it, but it also I get people having issues with it as well because it was kind of like rushed outcomes in a sense. It did in certain aspects of it, but it was
okay,
still good. It could
I
have.
get
I
this.
feel like it could have been better if maybe he had another 30 minutes to really like flesh things out a little bit more. So it felt a little rushed in some ways how the story unfolded,
I get to
but.
see ASAP Rocky, and he dropped music. The song that they kept playing in the movie was a low key banger. Like
Mhm.
ASAP Rocky be too busy knocking up Rihanna and ripping the runway to even put music out. But I did hear he's coming out with something though. But
Yeah, he is.
still, still. Um,
It's so funny. That's
but
hilarious.
for
He do be
me, the
knocking
best
up
movie of
Rihanna.
2025 was Sinners.
Oh yes, that was another one that I definitely took my ass to the theater to go see. No, Sinners was excellent. I'm not even a horror person, so for
I'm
that
not
to
either. I
be
hate it.
something that is one of my top movies for 2026 is or 2025 rather is actually pretty impressive because I don't like horror like that. Like typically it doesn't do anything for me, but the way that he told that story, the history that he infused in it, the pacing, everything about it, like Michael B. Jordan killed, like to play two different personalities and kind of really be convincing,
And really be two different people.
yeah.
Like you could tell them apart.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, primarily because of the clothes they wore, which they did on purpose. It was
Mm-hmm.
I saw some behind the scenes footage and just kind of interviews about the designer, the stylist, and the it was very intentional. You know,
Mm.
one because essentially what they didn't necessarily tell in the movie. You know, it's just that they came back to Mississippi from Chicago, but essentially they both went up there as one person, and one aligned with the Italians and one aligned with the Irish. That's why Stack
Mm.
would, so he dressed more, he was aligned with the Italians, and Smoke was more aligned with the Irish. That's why they wore different hats and like the way that they're
Mm-hmm.
like that was the distinction. And they went up there as one person. So when they robbed them, then they both just kind of came together and went back down south.
Mm.
So um which genius, like
Genius. Genius.
just
Like so many things about that movie, like the way that they even started it with the Native Americans kind of knowing what was going on with those vampires and white people not listening to them and just, getting fucked over because it wasn't tapped in, and
Yeah, it happens. But there were
it
so
was
many gems
crazy.
in that movie. Like
Hmm.
me and hubby watched it the other day. Just I don't know. We watched it for the iconic scene with what's his cousin Sammy. We
Hmm.
watched it with that scene where he was singing just
And they was showing all the different
that.
eras of music. Like all that shit was just so ill. Like
It was
Ryan Coogler
in
killed that.
freaky crap. Like I was in the movie theater
Me
like
too.
it
When I
was
saw that part, I was like, whoa, okay.
like I don't even know what's happening right now, but I love every bit of it. And his voice, it just so shout outs to him. But so we were watching it and there were just so many gems in there. I mean, just the part where Smoke, approaches the little girl to watch his truck and then he teaches her like, no, when you're talking about money, you gotta negotiate. Like just all these just little nuggets of just
No, they did good. They did
so
good. That movie was dope.
absolutely amazing.
What
Um,
else? It was I definitely saw this last year, this movie called Together. It was like another
oh
horror
yeah,
movie.
that was all you. Then
That was really tripped out. Like the concept of it was basically they was hiking and they was in some cave where they was like exposed to something that like basically made them like magnetic to each other because like they were so basic. Oh my god, I don't even want to give it away. It's just that movie's a trip. If you see it on streaming, check it out. um Together, it's a horror movie, but I feel like it's like more psychological than one of them like gory thing because it's really not that. It's some gory parts to it, but the aspect of basically becoming one with someone and losing yourself was like the main theme of the movie. So I think as a married person, you might enjoy it, but also be kind of like,
yeah, no, that you know what that puts me in the mind frame of Requiem for a Dream. Something that may be good, but I don't ever want to see. I'm not saying it's a like. I'm just saying it's something that was it was something like I don't want to go to sleep and still be thinking about it.
that movie's intense. Yeah, I
And so,
remember when I saw that the first
I'll
time.
take
I
your
was
word
like,
for it, and that'll be cool. Um, do we want to move on to TV? I want to talk about some of the kind of the shows that came out, or
yeah, it was some good shows last year for sure.
um, the the. I mean, it's you know the last and current season of Power Force is the best season by far,
And
and
it's funny.
I found out that Joseph Sikora, aka Tommy, is a producer on it now. He's on
Maybe that's
the
why it's better.
he's a produ- well, he was a producer on season two as well when him Diamond and Jannard were on the Breakfast Club a few weeks ago. Then they kind of spoke on it, and similar to yourself, Joseph wasn't in love with season one. And so he became a producer on season two. And so you see season two and season three got better. And now since
Season
this
two was
last
definitely
season,
better
it's
than
double
one
the
for
thing.
sure. Because I
Yeah.
didn't like, my issue with season one was that fake drug and all this other shit.
Now
I was like, this shit's stupid. But season three, that's been lit. Like, I almost wish we had did reviews on the previous seasons just so we was doing one on this one. But I didn't want to just out of nowhere do the last season of that, and we've never reviewed because we review every season of Raising Canaan, I believe,
oh, we
haven't
sure
we?
did.
So that's
And
coming up. So we will be on your ass with that soon too. Don't worry.
We
because
didn't
that's
do the last season of BMF, even though we did the season before, but it's because the last season was bad. So
it
there,
was real
so
bad,
and
and
you
I
know it's
is
gone. So there's
is yeah, and I was talking about that show bad in the reviews
you
because I
were.
think we
You said
did the first. Did we do the first two seasons of BMF? If I'm not mistaken, I think we
so
did it.
BMF had a total of 4 seasons. They did have 4 seasons,
Oh, and I don't
and
think we did. We do the first three. We
we didn't
might
do
did the
season
first three.
one, but we definitely did seasons
Did
two and
two
three.
and three. Okay. But I was talking so much shit about Lil Meech's horrible acting on every damn review of that. So I just didn't want to keep bullying the little boy on every damn episode. Like, I was like, I'm cool.
And speaking of Joseph Sikora, he was in Reasonable Doubt season 3, which was amazing.
Ooh, Reasonable Doubt is so fucking dope. I love that show so much. Like, it's so nuanced. There's so many different elements and different storylines that they tackle on that, with it being a African American woman as the lead.
Yes.
That's I feel like it lends itself to these different type of storylines that they do. Like I like it a lot.
Yeah. What else do we have this year? We had The Bear.
Yes, did I finish? I don't even know if I finished watching that last season. I thought I
Hey,
started it. I
we
know.
um I know we finished it. I think we binge watched that in a day, so you almost kind of forgot because it was just a 1 day thing.
Right.
But I'm trying to think, did the show Forever come out in 2025? Yes.
Yeah,
We're stuck in episode 5.
I
And
still haven't got past that one. I'm watch it's in my queue. I'm gonna watch it. But I did enjoy the beginning of it when I was okay, this is cute. Um Bel Air, oh my God.
oh, that it was the final season, and it was bittersweet because it was so good that you didn't want it to end. And it was parts of it that felt a little rushed, but the way everything came together was just beautiful, just masterful. And then, good old Will Will Smith showing up in the last
That
episode
was
for the
so
culture,
fucking dope. That
for
was
the
dope because
culture.
I'm so glad that I watched that before it got and I'm talking about right after I watched it. If I had gone on social media, it would have been spoiled because they was showing it everywhere. But I was
But
like, let me watch this because niggas is watching this. So let me watch it because they have messed it up. And when I got like, it was so cool to be surprised by that part and not know it's coming. Because soon as I was like, Will, what's happening? Like that was cool. No, that I really enjoyed that show a lot. Like that was a fun show. I that's one that I might go back to the beginning and just watch for fun. There's very few shows that I even do that. Like Entourage is one that I would go back and watch like over and over. Matter of fact, I might watch that on the 24/7 channel. Just turn to
how
it.
about you go to Forever season episode 5 since it's in your queue? You just said it's in your queue. You like, what I'm gonna do though? I'm gonna watch Bel Air all over again, even though I already seen it.
Well, look, she
Did you
shouldn't have
finish
been
Pluribus?
acting crazy. Almost. I'm on like not season, episode 5. I'm almost there.
Five
I'm
got
on.
something happens with 5 for you.
No, I like that show. I just
You
haven't.
like
I've been
Forever.
tired. Well, I was mad about the girl. I had a so just for context, it's still an episode of The Office that I haven't finished, and The Office been off the air for about 5, 6, 7, 8 years. No, not that long. Maybe 5, 6 years. I don't know. The office been off for a while. I know it's been off for a while. It was an episode where Michael Scott was like talking to some black person that was on their staff, and it was like the most uncomfortable racial confrontation. And I just turned the episode off. And I still to this day don't know what happened at the end. That's how I am when it's like something like, okay, it was this show called Rome on HBO. And they had soup. It was so good. I was fucking with it super hard. But my main thing with them shows that set in the past like that, and when they interact with like Egyptians, Africans, I'm like, don't make them be white. Don't make Egyptians white. If you make them white, I'm gonna turn the show off.
And they made him white.
And they made them white, and I was like, I can't. Like, I can't. Because my thing is this: if you want to even play on the
You wrong.
whole,
I'm wrong.
oh, you they Persian, like the Middle Eastern people that's there now, and made them. I would have accepted that more than just making them white people because they wasn't there yet either. But if that, at least they're there now, so I'll be like, okay, I guess. But no, just straight up blue eyes. I was like, I'm done with y'all. But that's a whole nother thing. Um,
um,
go.
we had another season of The Shy.
Hmm.
We have one more though. This year,
It's
the last
like
season, it's the only show that they announced the last season, and I'm happy.
I'm so glad that they putting that show out of his misery because it's really just absurd. It's like every season I have issues with so many storylines. Emmett get on my nerves. He's better now. They're starting to build him up into kind of a better character, but he still does things that irritate me.
He
Um,
live, man.
Vic Spence, not Spencer, Vic Menza.
Mensa, Mensa.
Uh,
Him
his
and Lala,
character
they just
doesn't
there.
make no sense to me.
Him and Lala just there. Um,
And I want like the first few seasons was really good. I want to like it now, and I feel like now I just watch it just to talk shit about it. Like it's not even fair.
I mean, I watch it because I started watching it, and I'm like, well, I'm already in it. I'm committed now. But like y'all dragging out the commitment. It's like somebody who don't want to be in a relationship no more. And they wait for the other person to dump them. Like that's how I
All
feel.
right,
That's how I feel. It's like we keep having
that
seasons.
is that's
We
fully it. That's fully it. Because we literally, I almost feel like we watch it to call each other and talk about how bad it is.
and also because it's strategic. They usually air it in the summer, and there's really not any
Mm,
shows on.
they know what
So
they doing.
you're like, well, okay. So there's that. Um, I want to switch gears and maybe we could take this time to give homage to some of the people that we lost this year. We give our
Yeah.
RIP, the loss for 2025, because Lord knows we lost a lot. We lost some
Mm.
folks. We lost
Because
some.
Angie Stone died in the beginning of the year.
Hmm.
And then D'Angelo died towards the end. And that is, I just feel for their son so much. Like to lose both their parents in the same year is like crazy work, And then, because of who they are, you can't get away from it for a while because everybody in the world is posting and talking about your parents. Like even uh say he was like, oh man, I'm about to watch this new Chappelle. Cool, I'm watching it. And then in the end, dedicated to his dad. Now I'm crying. I was just laughing 2 seconds ago. You know what I mean? So it's like, ah. man. And me personally, you know, those I love both of them, but D'Angelo's my boy. Like, love him ever since he first came out. So that hurt
And
real
shout out to
bad.
Dave Chappelle for dropping that, just topping
Yeah,
off
that was
2025.
dope.
That special was incredible. So, yeah, but I mean, if we just go down, I mean, the Rob Reiner.
Which that whole situation, even behind how he died, is even more horrible, you know, because
Oh,
I mean
trash.
he's older. So
But
when
still,
I saw that, I was like, oh,
like, oh,
okay.
okay, he
And
died of old
then
age. Then you
no,
like, nope,
it was
nope.
some bullshit. Crazy ass
Diane Keaton.
kids. Yeah,
Let's see, Ozzy Osbourne.
yeah. I was just me. It's funny, me and Dre was listening to some old Ozzy and Black Sabbath stuff, and it was like, this white boy was pretty cold. He was pretty cold. It's a reason why he had a reality show and all the other shit he had, because he earned it.
Malcolm Jamal Warner. That hurt so bad.
That one still don't feel like
It
that's
don't
just
feel right.
stupid. It's so stupid. Every time I think about that, it's like, damn dog. Like, yeah, you it's so few people that when something happened, you can't like
Oh,
find
I
some
wasn't on
dirt
that.
to dig up or blah
Yeah.
blah blah. He just was super solid.
Uh, Anne Burrell, who she was very heavy on the Food Network,
Mm.
and
Oh yeah, I remember
and
that.
yeah, she died of suicide. So that's
Mm.
horrible. Gene Hackman and his wife, um, which
Yeah,
was
he was a legend. That was a really interesting situation because it seemed like there's more to it, but we don't really know
I don't really know. I mean, his car
because
was
he was old
outside
as hell.
and the
He was
dog
like
died.
90 something.
Yeah. He was up there.
But she was younger though. She was in her like 70s, I think, or
Hmm.
60s.
No,
Like
70.
70 something. Okay.
Um, Roberta Flack.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many.
Let me see if I can
Um,
find someone else. Giorgio Armani.
oh yeah. I remember that earlier in the year. That was man, like every year, you know, that's the cycle of life. It's always gonna be people entering and exiting, but it
Oh,
was
Hogan.
some surprising ones, you know.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sly Stone.
yeah, that's that one was another one. I know Ma felt the way about that. That was her boy.
Yeah, I could go on because unfortunately
This
it's hard to
it's
pick one.
more,
But
so many,
uh,
and you know, not to mention non-celebrities and people
oh yeah, for
dealing with
sure.
genocides in their country, and it's not just Palestine; it's happening in Africa, it's happening like all over the world. So my heart goes out to those people. I know recently Venezuela just got invaded by us, and I think we got their president or some bullshit. It's like,
And his wife.
what
And
are
his
we
wife.
doing? Like, it's hard to be an American right now and see what is done in your name with your money because
Yeah.
all of that stuff we're funding it by just living here and being here. So, ugh. But on actually,
Marshawn Nealon. Okay, I'm done.
who was that?
It was a football player who took his life.
Oh,
Dallas
I remember the
Cowboys.
dude that played for the Cowboys. Yeah. I remember that. Damn, that was sucky. And he was a young kid. Just had did like a career milestone the Sunday prior to, that's how if somebody going through something, all this other shit don't
Oh
mean
yeah.
nothing.
Ike Turner Jr. died.
Oh, damn. How old was he?
67.
Okay. Damn, how old was Ike Turner when he died? Damn. I'm sorry, but I'm like, your son was old in a motherfucker. But not that, of course,
Well,
we
Ike
knew that
Turner
because
died in
people.
2006, so
Right. Okay, that's right. But how old was he when he died?
I don't remember.
He probably was in his like what, damn near 80, probably, if
Yeah,
that's the
no, he was.
case.
Yeah, he was up there. You know, he had just won
Yeah,
a
he
Grammy
was.
the year he died.
That's so crazy.
R.I.P.
Sing it like I told you to sing it. Sing it like I told you to sing it, anime.
R.I.P. to Ike and Ike Turner Jr. Oh, and Danielle Spencer from What's Happening. Okay, I'm done. Done for real.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yes,
I remember that.
yes,
Damn.
yes, indeed.
Yeah, it was
So
a
that was a
lot.
lot.
That was a lot.
So
But you know where we gotta go now
we gotta
before
go
we
to Black
leave
Love.
2025. Oh, okay. I forgot about that. We'll briefly talk about this because
Oh yeah, we'll
the
briefly talk.
next one we gotta is gonna take us a little second.
Oh yeah. But we, we
Uh,
gonna talk about all of that. We gotta bring some love into the mix. And the
mhm.
2025 had a few folks falling in love, even though I know it's hard out there
It
in
is very
them streets.
hard out in
So,
these streets. It's the trenches for sure.
and it seems like the ballers were the ones that was really on the, like, so we got Coco Jones and Donovan Mitchell who got
Which
engaged.
they're so cute.
Love
Like
that.
he threw a towel at her at the game and shit. Like she was just like
I
y'all so cute.
played the game. And he was like, I only dunk when she here. I'm like, I know that's right. We like that too.
Mm.
Um, Carl Anthony Towns and Jordan Woods got engaged.
Yeah, that was inevitable. I
I
figured
know I
that
was
we were just waiting
they
on that
didn't
one.
hurry up. So
Right.
um hell, even Glorilla got with who was Glorilla with? She with
Brandon Ingram.
yeah, Glorilla, got Glorilla from outside, low key, and got her booed up. Not too much on
Hmm.
Glorilla. And the couple you like a little bit more than me, but Meg Thee Stallion and Clay.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they look like they happy. I just know from experience the Aquarius on Aquarius love is different. You got two weirdos that nobody understands together and understanding each other. It is just it's special because I'm pretty sure that he was surprised based on her background of them probably having a lot of shit in common. Because you remember about Clay, he's a mixed person. He like anime and all that nerdy shit on the low too. So she like all that shit. So that's what's keeping it there outside of she looks kind of good. We're not gonna just keep it there
I
and not
mean,
get ridiculous.
look,
And he's a nice looking brother too. They both,
they in
doing
my
their
face all the
thing.
time, and I don't want to see the shit. So there's that. So whatever. Shouts out to Terrence J. He got married this year. Um,
Yeah, he did get married. Good
he
for
sure
him.
did. They got married in Dubai.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I saw the little videos from the wedding. It looks super lit.
um, Megan Good got married. Her ex-husband Devon Franklin got married. I'm
Also
like,
got married. Everybody got what they wanted. He gonna
you
have
know,
some babies. Now she wanna have babies all of a sudden. I'm not gonna say why, but we had that discussion off camera, and I'm gonna just leave it at that.
we'll leave it at that. Trying to think, what other love was in the air? Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, but I don't really give a damn about that. So anyway,
That's been
I
since 2024 on the low, so they just
mean, yeah,
still trucking on along. I think he gonna probably retire after this season too. So
not
there's that.
not love, but it's just kind of just an end of an era. Big Sean and Janae Aiko broke up.
Yeah, I saw that coming
Yeah, I
eventually because
did
he
too.
just wasn't gonna wife her up for
Mm-mm.
whatever reason. And I know I have a very strong feeling knowing Big Sean, even from listening to his music and certain things that he said, it made me not surprised what happened with them. Number one, number two, he's gonna get married Like he's gonna get married, and whoever he gets married to, he's not gonna be with them that long. Um, unfortunately, sometimes when a man is with a woman and they're with them for a long time and nothing happens, it's a reason behind that. And that's all I'm gonna say. Although um I know she's a Pisces, so and just from songs she said has and lyrics she's had and blah blah blah. And I know she writes a lot of her stuff. She's probably nice and crazy in some ways. So
She
um
was crazy year one. He ain't have to stay nine more.
I'm not saying that it never was that, but that's the reason. Because this is the thing, and I'll just allude to it without being too vulgar. We already know the saying about crazy women and then other things that is connected to that. So it's hard to leave that sometimes. So I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying that's what be happening because people are people and they're not gonna make the best decisions 100% of the time, especially if there are other things clouding their judgment. Because we have sent this woman, so crazy or not, she can probably convince somebody to not leave if they thought about leaving for a moment. I'm just saying.
All right. Well, do you wanna move on to one of the biggest things that
Yeah.
occupied 2025?
Yeah, I think it's time to, get with baby oil, man.
The mother freaking diddler.
The
Just
diddler.
diddling through 2025.
I thought I told you that we won't stop, and damn, y'all motherfuckers was stopped. Shit. It looked like he was in line for a long time, boy. He wouldn't stop him. He was
You know
out.
when he didn't
No,
lie? Wait, you know when he didn't lie? Um, in More Money, More Problems, when he said 10 years from now we'll still be on top, they were. 10 years later,
it still kind of was, but then them couple more years into the next decade, they called their
yeah,
ass.
yeah, yeah.
And man, it's been so many whispers about him, for the
Oh yeah,
longest
for sure,
time about doing the
for
things
sure.
that, eventually came out. But, you know, and God bless him, because we did mention some of his products earlier in the episode. But one thing 50 Cent gonna do is if he see Diddy on the ground like he hurt, he gonna kick him about 57 times still in the head with Timberlands on. So
Bet you Diddy won't be trying to take nobody else shopping. You better start trying to take
nah,
grown
but he
men
also
shopping.
did the bullshit that he's done with other males in the industry
Oh
and
no,
get
for
with their
sure,
ex
for
and
sure.
had her out here doing freak offs and totally just humiliating her probably. But people be so with the shits for some money. That's why this is like mm,
Yeah, and not
sad.
even just the women, because I'm sorry, but that producer who was like, "Oh yeah, I was blacking out or whatever, but then I was waking up with my backside sore and didn't go home."
That's your fault.
You waking up and he in the bed with you, and your booty hurt. It was some
No,
stupid shit, and you just let it rock. You let it rock
because over
because
some money. So that brings me to what I was gonna say. The main thing from the documentary showed me was male or female, the money is what manipulated people into doing the things that they were doing. That's why I feel like he's in jail. He deserves to be there, and probably more for things that weren't in the trial than what he actually did. Because we know he had his hands in some stuff that can't be proven yet. Although the longer he in the custody of a state and they investigating his connection to the possible uh to Tupac, if they figure out a way to really connect him to that, he ain't never getting out of jail. So, you know, but it looked like it is that. And I honestly feel like I still have, and I've been saying this for years. I've always felt like he had something to do with Biggie dying almost because he benefited so much from him dying.
Yeah.
Because I think he would have left him too. I don't think he was already building his own stuff. Whole time. That whole Junior Mafia shit wasn't even with Diddy. And he
Mm,
did that on purpose.
very true. And I want to say it's not even just the money being the motive. Like, yes, but it's also like the opportunity of what happens if you work with a name like Diddler, before he was diddling
Hmm.
publicly.
Right.
Um,
He was doing it the whole time.
but before
Whole
it
time.
became
Whole time.
like you could say like, oh no, you know what I'm saying? I work with Puffy or XYZ or blah 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 or collaborated, whatever the case may be, like the access that brought you.
Right.
The
Right. That's
opportunity
why
or the
Cassie hung around all them fucking years
I
and
mean the opportunity, right, the potential opportunity, the comfort, um, whatever
hmm
the case may be, th those are all things that, contributed to
will
these
motivate. Right. Will
journey.
motivate people. Right.
Right. And so unfortunately, when you get to the point where and oftentimes this happens when you're just in survival mode as a whole. But when you're motivated by money and access and things like that, then it's sad when you do it to the point where you're sacrificing your integrity,
Yourself. Right.
yeah, yourself and your integrity. And when you're doing that, then that's when it's not good. And
Right.
we saw that because I mean, let's be clear. People can say like, oh, Cassie walked away with a bag and blah blah blah, but it's like,
Do you know what
one,
she was doing?
like
Like
the emotional damage that has come from that. She was with him for like
10
over a
years.
decade.
Yeah.
That and I mean, like the video that we saw of him dragging her, then
You
kicking her.
know he did worse than that. That wasn't
I mean, that
shit.
was
Cause
just
he
one
knew
time.
and he knew that, I don't think he thought about the cameras, but at the same time, he knew that was in a hallway. So he wasn't going to go as crazy
Well, the
as
rumor
he.
was that he knew that tape existed because the tape was from like 2016. So,
Mm,
and he had bought the tape, but it wasn't the whole copy. That
mm,
was the alleged
right,
one.
right, right. Well, that
Um,
makes sense.
so, and again, that's just what got caught on tape. And, he was still back and forth with Kim Porter. And, so it was this whole love triangle thing. And Carisha been real quiet. So that's a little suspect.
Mm.
Um, because,
Oh, they was doing stuff.
oh yeah,
Wild
he
stuff
was
because she
altered.
even alluded to it in one of her uh Carisha after whatever that shit
Carisha
was, that little show she had. She said something that was alluding to some nasty stuff that she already was doing with him. So it was like, okay, I guess,
Yeah, yeah. So I
you
mean,
know,
these things happen, and even if you get some type of justice or some type of monetary, reward from it,
you
like
still got them memories and
you need
trauma from
like you
it.
need therapy in a very.
I'm sure
I
she been
hope
in
Cassie
therapy
is getting excellent mental health care because and from the standpoint of what puts you in that mental space to where you do that and you're
allowed that. Right. That
And
you
you know,
allow that because that's the argument everybody have when it's like, well, you sat up there and was doing this for all these years or whatever, but obviously something happened prior to her even getting with him to allow her and
right,
a predator senses people who are more susceptible to
for
their
sure.
foolishness.
It
So
it's
all of
definitely
those are
a
factors.
it's definitely an attack on your mental for sure because he didn't just he didn't just oh, she was Ryan Leslie, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and grab her, and then as soon as he grabbed her just start slapping upside the head. Like, no, there was some mental manipulation and things that happened, and then once it's like you didn't reel this person in, then you show your true self because you've reeled them in to a point where mentally they're there,
Mm-hmm.
because they're there
Mm-hmm.
mentally, they're going to stay physically. And, when we say, well, why didn't she leave? Well, she tried to leave the hotel and look what happened. So we don't know how many times she tried to leave and then that happened. I mean, he drove up,
Mm-hmm.
allegedly, you know what I'm saying? He drove up to Kid Cudi's house when he thought she was over there.
And burned his car up or some
Who that
shit,
man
blew it up.
allegedly. So,
Allegedly.
so, Diddler,
Yeah, you gonna have to do that little time, and you
you don't have
lucky
to do
they
that.
ain't, and
You don't
you
have to do
lucky they ain't found out most shit. So keep your ass in there. And to be honest, who's to say that they won't? While he's still there. So stay
Because you didn't got on
tuned.
50's bad side, so ain't no telling what else he got
Like,
coming
this
down the
nigga got
pipeline.
all type of private
He's even
investigators and type
he's
shit.
even kind of alluded to like he ain't done and he got more.
Hmm.
He was like, I'm not just gonna, give you everything I got in the first go round. That's not how this goes. So it's like, all right,
Yeah, I could see him being on some
y'all better do
bullshit
on 50
for
Cent good
sure.
side. I don't know what's wrong with y'all.
Nigga crazy. He ain't the
Who was
one
that he
or the
that's beefing
two.
with him? Papoose?
Papoose, I
And you too
I
easy of
don't
a target right
understand
now,
him.
Papoose.
I wouldn't be saying I'll be laying lower than low. Like, why
So
are
look
you
at Nate
doing?
Dogg and Snoop. You better late low. Like, I mean,
That's funny. Yeah, Papoose is not in no position to say nothing about
you too easy
nothing.
of a
Like,
target
please
right
shut the
now,
hell up.
bro. Like,
Like, shut
have you
your
seen what he did to
ass
Denver?
up.
Why would you? And the thing that I have a lot of respect for Fifth is that regardless of what you say or how you talk about him being petty or XYZ, Fifth don't mess with you till you mess with him first. He's very
Mhm.
reactionary. He don't just wake up one day and decide to just start messing with people. That's bullying. He's not, and sometimes when someone mess with you and then you respond in a very good or successful way, people think you the bully. Like, no, no.
Actually, and
He just went
just
looking for some
briefly,
smoke and got more than you bargained for.
right. I'll even bring this up briefly, and then we could kind of segue
Yeah,
to the next thing. Remember what happened this year with Cameron and Oh My Gooding? That
yeah.
is a prime example. And look who in the line. They beef with each other. I think when 50 Cent saw what he did to do, he was like, we should be friends now. I think we should actually be friends. I think that would actually be better because this is awesome. You paid to make a fake movie just to get this, like, because you want to diss Cameron and think you a rapper.
And here's the problem because Cam told the story on his podcast. Here's the problem. He said what he said. He made a mistake and called him Omar Gooding Jr. And he's not a junior.
Mm,
Cuba's the junior.
right.
So he got offended. But Cam was like, "Oh, my bad, bro. Like that wasn't I wasn't trying to, you know what I'm saying, be disrespectful in the least." He apologized. And then he just started crashing out. Omar Gooding started crashing out, and Cam was letting him rock. I got better things to do. I got money to make. I ain't got time to be playing with you. Let him rock. And then he kept going. Now you're poking the bear. And so
Hmm.
he said, well, you know what? Sometimes you got to give the people what they're looking for. You're clearly looking for this work. So who am I to deprive you? And not only that, but he did that whole thing, and then he was able to monetize it. So he profited off of being petty with you. And what did you get besides embarrassed?
Got a couple $1,000 and he was like, well, you paid me, blah, blah. I was like, dude, your brand is fucked up right now.
I
You
mean, it's
look
like no, it's
stupid.
like yeah, you paid me, but it's like yeah, nigga, and I made 10 times. He's like I 10x that. He's like probably all in all, I paid about 5 grand, and then he was like, just off the internet alone, I made 50.
And who's to know now? I mean, this was months ago. People still watching that crap. Oh, baby.
Right.
But I will, speaking of poor babies and people that's butthurt, remember
You talking about
how many years ago was it now from January 6th, the insurrection? What was that? It
it
happened in
was
20,
5 years.
it happened in 2020. That's right.
2021.
2021. That's right. You're
January
right. You're right.
2021. Boy, that white on white crime is something else, ain't it? Mm,
Crazy.
mm, mm.
And Trump then pardoned half them people or
Oh
more,
yeah. Oh yeah.
which is just nonsense to me. It's like, how could you do something like that and then the president of the United States, because your views align with it, even though you super broke the law, and they supposed to uphold that type of stuff for sure, especially attacking government. Like, are you for real? Like, oh my God. Oh, I remember when that happened, I was just sitting there like, they really didn't just ran up in Washington.
Like, man, if y'all don't let Larry Hoover out,
Boy, man can't do nothing. He's about what, 80 something years old now, some bullshit.
he
Like,
ain't
let
80, he
him,
knocking on 80.
right, like crazy. But they ain't letting him out because even though he probably, well, probably, he definitely not on nothing he was on when he was younger. He too wise. They don't like them people having access to younger people and sparking actual good ideas and getting people on the page they need to be on.
Well, see, my
I don't
issue
want
is you
that.
can let him out because these fools don't listen to nobody.
I was also
You could
thinking that
like
while I was saying it. You right
you could
about
you could
that.
let him expect he older. These people don't
They
have
really gonna
respect
be
for elders.
like,
Some
even though they be
kids,
literally be like, yeah, Larry Hoover, da, 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 da. The
no
actual one to
kids
be
got
out, they
on
wouldn't even care.
kids beat up a mother with freaking who has sickle cell anemia
Mm,
because they
mm,
was
mm.
bullying her child. They beat up her and her child. Children did that. That's also something that happened in 2025, unfortunately, at the crib in the
Mm,
honeys. Shame
mm.
on it all. So these kids don't care about like elders and stuff like that. So I
That's
would
true.
have to say you can let that nigga out and let him have his
Yeah.
last 2 days, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Filling out.
With
Ain't nobody
some
gonna listen to
family
him,
and stuff. Right.
unfortunately.
Right. Only old heads and they ain't getting listened to either. So
Well, look, Big Meech is
I just want him to stop drawing that damn mustache, thin beard combination, goatee bullshit he keep
he
doing.
won't. He
Cause
won't.
it's not, it don't, it's you can see it look like a magic marker. It's horrible.
He won't.
I think
He
it's
won't
a
stop.
dude, a
Look,
comedian that been
can't stop,
drawing it
won't stop.
on to make fun of him, and it's hilarious.
Can't stop.
Oh,
He don't stop.
speaking of, yeah, another person beefing with 50 out here not flourishing. Like,
Who?
sir, Larry Hoover. I mean, not Larry Hoover. Big
Oh
Meech
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and Little Meech. That's why the show got canceled.
Shout out to Southwest Tito. He like, nah, Fifth, we cool. Fifth, like, you right.
Oh, you're gonna end up in another show.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're gonna give him. Matter of fact, Da Vinci gonna probably have a dope ass character in one of these shows, low key, because I liked him. He was really the only motherfucker on there I liked from an actor perspective. I hated T as a character because he was a simpy, goofy nigga and did dumb shit to me.
He did was
Nah,
trick off on strippers. The whole
well,
beef with him and
yeah,
Lamar was over their baby mama.
that's true.
He was the same simp that he called T. He was
He
in
was
low
doing
key
it
worse
too.
because T was only simping over one person
One
for real.
woman, yeah,
He was simping on like how much money did he blow on strippers?
a lot.
Like
He
like
the one who started, nigga.
he
The
started
whole
that.
"Make It Rain" phenomenon came from him. So of course he was. I mean, he spent tens of hundreds of thousands. He probably spent $1 million,
Well,
easy,
I mean,
over two, three,
well,
four. Who knows?
I mean, JD admitted that he spent 100K a week at Magic City for 20 years, roughly. Something like no,
Yikes.
was it 100K or 10K? It was 10K. I'm sorry,
Okay.
10K a
Ooh,
week at Magic City over the course of 20 years. So we talking. It was roughly, I think, when you do the math, it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 million. And
mm.
he's like, yeah, it's a lot, but he's like, I also broke records in Magic City and I did X, Y, and Z. So it was an investment, but you still did it. And I ain't saying that like I mean it was an investment. I get how you monetized it and you say you got it back, but you still did
I
that.
don't know, man. It felt like they broke even if you spent 20 million.
Nah, no,
You
no.
still made more than that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, this nigga executive produced the Emancipation of Mimi. Like he
Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah,
like
yeah. Yeah, yeah,
he
yeah. Forgot. You be forgetting about JD sometimes. I'm had his hands on some pretty. I kind of like Confessions. Oh my
confessions,
boy, that album is 20 plus years old. That sound crazy.
Jagged Edge,
Mm.
freaking
Yeah.
Rat, freaking who
Mm.
else? Hell, Bow Wow, them franchise boys, like that whole era.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. He even did an album recently with Currency, which I was surprised because he more underground, but I think he shouted him out on a song and he was all touched. He was like, "This is a record. I like you, kid." He was like, "No, I'm old, but whatever." I've been in the business for 20 years too, but it's whatever. It's fine. I guess you've been in the business for damn near 40. So
Yeah.
shit, you got it.
I mean, he's like, yeah, you dated Janet. Just off of that, I respect you.
Right, which that's crazy. And then gonna cheat on Janet Jackson. That sound insane. Um,
Uh-uh.
but
Y'all keep saying that I fumbled Janet. Why ain't nobody saying Janet fumbled me? Because you cheated
sir,
and because you look like
sir.
that. So that's the way love goes.
I
And on that note,
cannot, I cannot. So let's do like a brief kind of like what's our forecast for 2026? What we think gonna happen this year?
um, I I'll tell you what I need to happen this year. I
Okay,
need
okay.
something. I need something to pop up on my screen that has to do with Issa Rae.
Absolutely. I definitely need to see a new Issa Rae project coming out in 2026, or at least an announcement of something for even next year, something. I just need something.
We miss you.
Um, Music wise, I feel like this could be another good year. I feel like when the country is at, kind of a political weird moment, art tends to be better for some reason. So
Yeah, I mean,
um
you look at
I
like the
think
2000s when the real estate market was crashing and we had the
yeah,
Great
people
Recession
was
for good music.
there was some very good music coming out then. Yeah. That Jeezy Recession album was actually ridiculous. I was banging that boy. Ooh, like Jeezy. Let's see. What do I think? So if you haven't got on board, I think that this year especially is gonna kind of make it painfully obvious that you're gonna have to do some stuff with AI. If you're trying to be very anti-AI, it's you're using it unbeknownst to you anyway at this
Yeah.
point because it's kind of like integrated in everything. But if you're not figuring out how to use these tools to, at the very least, streamline your workflows and stuff like that, then I don't know what to tell you because everything is shifting in that mold. And I feel like, especially for the Black community, obviously it's people leveraging it, but I don't think it's enough of us that's understanding how to leverage it the best way.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't use it as much as you do, but I am not shut off or opposed to it. Um, and so I think that at the very least that you need to be open to it because the world is going to move on with or without you.
As it always
So
does. So it's gonna
as it always
you,
does.
and the biggest opportunity for people to gain wealth and to, even just get themselves in just a more comfortable position is using these tools to basically 10x what you can do. Because really, it's something that is based on what you want to do. It's not like this thing is a genie. If you don't have no good ideas to push with it, then you probably not gonna make no money with it regardless. If you just going it's gonna help you write better emails for work, I guess. But some people have a bigger vision, so just putting that out there to our viewers. I know it's people, pro and con, and obviously it's pros and cons to everything out here, but AI is like the internet. It's a tidal wave that you cannot stop. So we just got to figure out how to use it the best way, how to sustain the way it's used in better ways because environmentally it's not the best. And I definitely have always been mindful of things environmentally, but at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like, yes, I can just be on some total hippie stuff like, no, everything's this, but everybody is doing what I'm doing is beating my ass with this technology because I refuse to use it, so it's like, it's very, touchy thing,
A very good
unfortunately.
example of that, that kind of comes to mind immediately is um, as we started, to get more as we start to push more towards like using credit cards and debit cards like non-cash, and you still have people who are like, I don't put my money in the bank or I don't do X, Y, and Z. So now you walk into a place that's cashless trying to get them $20 and get your $4.76 back, and they looking at you like, we no. And then you over here like, you don't want this money. First of all, it's not 1993. You sound crazy. Get your life, because to your point, if you are not evolving with the times, then it is like it's just going to make your life more inconvenient. And that's an example of that. You're over here trying to walk around with actual cash, and a lot of places are cashless. Hell, they didn't stop making pennies.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I was just thinking about that while you were saying all that. Like, and I don't think nobody gonna notice it either because it's enough in
Oh no,
circulation.
no, they gonna notice.
Hmm.
They gonna notice. It's not a lot. Like it's not. It's one of them things to where if you deal with it a lot, then you absolutely notice. We don't.
Mm.
We ain't walking around. You know what I'm saying on that type of time. But for people who do, for one
Mm.
reason or another, they're gonna notice.
Mm.
Um.
Well, time will tell because it just got stopped
Yeah.
recently,
Yeah.
last year. So we will see. We will see how this
It's gonna be a
plays out.
penny pandemic or
Um,
epidemic. I mean,
what else? What else do we think is going to happen in 2026 or
they're coming out with
predictions?
these GLP-1 pills.
What is that?
You know, that's the Wegovy joint, the Ozempic joint. It's gonna be a pill version, cause yeah,
Oh
and it's
shit.
gonna be way cheaper. So we about
Mm-mm.
to see some skinny bobblehead niggas walking around here, and you know, like
Everybody, see, this is my thing, man, and it's like anything physically with shortcuts, like even plastic surgery and all these other things. It's always a cost visually. It's always you could kind of tell. It's just like all these girls get BBLs and they do the tummy tucks and all the stomachs. You could just tummy tuck, tummy tuck, tummy because your navel look crazy now. So you know it immediately. It's a cost to get that shape because it's not natural. But you rather be not natural and have this weird looking belly button now and be skinny. But if you fuck around and don't exercise right, you're gonna gain the weight back anyway, which I've seen that too. I've seen people get multiple procedures because they're not being disciplined in that way. So it's interesting. It's interesting to say the least.
yeah, yeah, um, yeah. That's so that's what I foresee. I do think that 26 is gonna be a goodie.
I do
I am
too.
speaking that into existence. I'm speaking a good year for us all. Lord knows we need it.
Oh
Um,
yeah, especially after last year. I feel like, and this been trending. People are saying like, "Oh, 2026 is gonna be like 2016." I need that. I need that. Like 2016 was a lit year, super fresh, and I want that energy for 2026 for myself, for you, and for everybody who's watching this. We need that. We need a summer 26 anthem. We need all that energy. So hopefully we can get back on track.
yeah, yeah. So time will tell.
Yeah, but I think this is a good place to wrap
Been
this
on up.
this episode up. But we will be back next week. I am Creed of Exodus Studios and architectsandmars.com, and my co-host is
Coach Tamara Simone.
peace, peace, everybody.